Third stimulus check and third stimulus package. It's now a reality. Minutes ago, it was confirmed that both Georgia Senate seats have gone blue. And with that, the Senate goes blue. And with that, everything that Joe Biden wants to pass will pass. Nothing will impede it. There's no way to block it. It will be passed in the House and passed in the Senate. And with that comes the first package under Biden. That's third stimulus check and third stimulus package. It's the first of several packages you're going to see over the next 6 months. Yes, there's going to be a fourth, there's going to be a fifth, and there's going to be a sixth until this pandemic ends. In this video, I go over the first of the Biden packages. Third stimulus check and third stimulus package. SSI, multiple stimulus checks, hazard pay, FPUC retro. The day has finally come. Third stimulus check and third stimulus package is a reality. And this is third stimulus check and third stimulus package. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm so excited for you because finally it's a reality. Finally, it has happened. Your third stimulus check package, which I first coined the phrase on this channel, is a reality. Joseph Biden has now captured in the Democratic win the Senate. And now everything that Joe Biden wants to pass will pass. In this video, I'll have a lot of details, so please subscribe. Because over the next 6 months, I'm going to get you a lot of money on this channel. Not just a stimulus check. This ain't the Donut Guys channel. This is the Purple Hawks channel. I'm going to get you SSI and SSI hazard pay, EIDL, PPP. You know, if I can get you some donuts, I'll get them as well. So like this video, hit the alert button so you hit alert, but you get an alert when I next go live, which is right after this video, and also subscribe. In this video, I have so much to go over. I'm going to go over what will happen as soon as Joe Biden is sworn in. Third stimulus check and third stimulus package. What are the provisions? I no longer have to talk about, well, if the Senate does this, well, because now I can just talk about what Joe wants, because what Joe wants is what Joe's going to get. And ironically, that's what you want. And let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that there is so much money coming to you now in late January. Third stimulus check and third stimulus package will start somewhere around January 20th. Nancy Pelosi has two choices. She could get the bill introduced to the House and sent it to the Senate and get it ready to land on the president's table, Biden, when he's sworn in. She can do it in the last 2 days and have it ready to land on his table after he is sworn in on Inauguration Day, January 20th. So how soon could you see the money? Well, a lot of the programs take about a week or 2 weeks to go live. Some of them are a few days. So you would start to see the third stimulus package money roll out around the end of January, early February to physically get into your hand. There's so many provisions. They're so delicious. Oh, let's get to each of them one at a time. I can't believe I'm just so excited. All right, let's get to each of them one at a time. First, the SSI and SSDI. Yes, the $200 a month. It's $200 that goes on top of your existing benefits if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits. Biden promised it in his transition papers. This is to carry you from January to December. It may be delayed, the January check, but it would land in February and carry you for the entire 12 months of 2021. Then a new upgrade, a new step up to 20% lifetime. He mentioned that in his transition papers as well. And a new benchmark different than COLA, also mentioned in his transition papers. That would tie your benefits to something other than COLA so that every year when they reassess your benefits, you would get a step up better than $10 a year or nothing, which is what you're getting currently. That's the first one. MSC, oh my goodness. MSC, I can just smell the moolah. Can you just smell it? I'm just so excited. This is just insane. Multiple stimulus checks. Joe Biden has said you would get multiple stimulus checks as so needed and warranted until this pandemic's over. When is this pandemic going to be over? You know, that's sort of a mixture of where we are now and what Biden could fix. It's dependent upon the vaccine distribution. The vaccine distribution has been a failure. They have not gotten these vaccines distributed to the 1A classification group, which is the which is the medical physicians in vast majority. In California, barely even done anything. And so they're supposed to be at 1B now. They haven't even got to 1B. So the longer that continues, that the vaccine is not being distributed, the longer we're going to be in this pandemic. We had said June, but it looks like it could go longer than June unless Biden can ramp out the distribution of the vaccine, which he's promised to after he comes in. But multiple stimulus checks until at least the end of June. How much? Well, you know the number. I don't have to tell you that delicious $2,000 number. Then hazard pay. Oh my goodness. I mean, to think that I sat outside in front of a bush talking about hazard pay when Nancy was dropping hazard pay, when Democrats were getting rid of hazard pay, when no one was talking about hazard pay and you and me. And I would always get a DM that says, do I qualify? Do I qualify? Am I essential? Am I essential? Am I essential? I'd reave over, yes, you're getting hazard pay. Joe Biden has hazard pay in his transition papers. The only difference of his hazard pay, a little bit broader, a little bit more comprehensive. So he thinks some groups were excluded from hazard pay. Now, hopefully he keeps that. I don't want him to shrink it, and I don't want him to shrink the amount of money. I don't think the shrinking the amount of money is the problem anymore. And my concern is that the eligibility is kept as broad as possible. The eligibility went from everywhere from Grubhub and Uber and Lyft all the way up to warehouse workers. People that were excluded were just general retail, but it was just very, very broad. $10,000 if you worked for the pandemic all the way up, well, January, all the way up to 2 months after the pandemic was over. That's $10,000, $13 an hour calculation. It's insane. It's insane. $10,000 hazard pay, up to $10,000. Unless you made over $100,000 last year, you would get $5,000. Oh, it just keeps on getting better. FPUC retro, FPUC retro. How do you do the retro dance? I don't know the retro dance. FPUC retro, $600 a week. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Just check that out. No more of that miserly $300 Mitch stuff. You can just throw it out the window. It's just 7 months a year, $300 a week. It's a joke. Give us some darn normal numbers. $600 a week. FPUC retro. Now, hopefully, he stays with his retro date, which was July 25th. That's one of my worries. He does say $600 a week in his transition papers. He actually mentions that number. So, and he does mention retro. Hopefully, he stays retro to July 25th. That's $12,000 a person. Oh, Lord. It's a good day. It's a good day. EIDL grant, the remainder of $10,000 grant. Yes, Javita Carranza's gone. But me with my scars, I'm still here. Javita LALATE will still be around, but Javita Carranza will be gone. Bye. Kimberly Butler. Oh, my God. The person who kept on changing the provisions of SBA every 10 seconds. Gone. In will be a new head of SBA, and she or he will do exactly what the law says, unlike Javita Carranza. The remainder of your $10,000 EIDL grant, paid. The EIDL grant you never got, paid. The EIDL grant that you applied for and ran out of money, paid. Yes, you will get $10,000. You will not get to $10,000, so you won't get $20,000. But you will get it, finally. Oh, my God. It's just so exciting. Who gets EIDL grant? Anyone Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, anyone has a Schedule C. Anyone who has a Schedule C, and anyone has a corporate tax return or an LLC tax return was impacted by the pandemic. Understand, focus. SBA 2021 is not SBA 2020. So if you hear somewhere else where you shouldn't have been listening anywhere else, you should only be listening here. Here, just go get it. They're going to come and get you because you have to actually have income on a Schedule C that they see for this business that was impacted. Otherwise, just you claiming you were doing something is going to get you in trouble. Don't do it. That's the change. PPP, more PPP. Free broadband, yes. Free internet, yes. Free rent, yes. Free utilities, yes. Where would the free rent be? It would be at a national organization where you apply to. You give the lease from your landlord to the federal agency. The agency would pay the landlord. You wouldn't have to do anything with it. Same thing for utilities. Yes, you would have to have a lease. Yes, you'd actually have to rent from someone. You would not have to be behind on the lease. You just have to be financially impaired, something like that, along the lines of that. And there's more. Student loan debt forgiveness. I know a lot of viewers is just like, it's just like they're, oh my God. Student loan federal debt forgiveness, likely on day one by executive order. Mortgage forbearance, yes. Eviction moratorium, yes. All by executive order day one, not that CDC junk that no one likes until the pandemic's over. What else am I left out? Oh, CDC grant. Lifeline grant. Would those happen? The CDC grant and the Lifeline grant I talk about every single day on this channel, they were instruments in the HEROES Act. I don't understand why they were there. I understand what they did, and I'll tell you what they did, but I understand why they were there because they sound duplicative. So will he keep them or call them something else? Don't know. CDC grant, that's essential workers. So yeah, it sounds like hazard pay. It is like hazard pay. Pay by CDC for essential workers. Why is there two grants in there for essential workers, hazard pay and that? I don't know. Lifeline grant. It sounds like EIDL grant, doesn't it? It is just like EIDL grant. So why are there two grants for businesses in there in addition to PPP grant? I don't understand that either. How much is the CDC grant? It's not very clear, but it's not fortunes. How much is the Lifeline grant? It's up to $50,000 based upon your cost of goods sold. So if you have big cost of goods sold of $50,000, you'll get a $50,000 grant. Is it gonna get into the third stimulus package? I don't know about this one because it doesn't. It's one of those things that's not mentioned in the transition papers. It was mentioned in the HEROES Act. I don't know why it was there. It sounds like EIDL grant. He does talk about EIDL grant and everything else that I talk about in this video. So I certainly expect, and this is something I haven't said yet, this is the first time I'm ever saying this on the channel, I certainly expect third stimulus package will have new things in there that I have never heard of, that you have never heard of. There's like, oh, this is really good. Just sort of like second stimulus suddenly had free internet. I was like, wait a second, I've never heard of free internet. Why is this in the second stimulus package? So you're going to have things in the third stimulus package that we have never heard would ever be in there. And that's what's going to be really incredible, great news. When would this third stimulus package, what range of dates would it cover? It's likely to cover January to June. By all accounts, Biden wants to do a $9 trillion infrastructure bill for the highways, $7 trillion to fix the schools. But he first wants to do this. You would presume, and this is what I'm presuming, is he's going to do this, then move to those other bills. He doesn't want to keep on coming back to this every 10 seconds. Get this done long enough, and then we can come back and do more. You can do more by supplements rather than not do enough. How big will this bill be? Drop in the comments below. How big do you think this third stimulus package bill will be? This is my prediction. I think it's going to be about $4 to $6 trillion. I think it's going to be about $4 to $6 trillion. Yes. It's going to include remember Nancy wanted $1 trillion for state and local. And so that before you even get to any of these things. And, multiple stimulus checks cost a lot of money. FPUC costs a lot of money. All these things cost a lot of money. I think it's going to be $4 million, could be $6 million. It could be an enormous stimulus package. So prepare to have your jaw drop. How soon will it get passed? About 10 seconds. House, Senate, done. It will be a little like that. It's going to be insane. And then, we will see fourth stimulus package, fifth stimulus package, we'll be seeing stimulus packages all the way through June. And there you go. I will be with you all the way. Someone asked me today, are you leaving us as soon as Biden comes in? No. As soon as the third stimulus package becomes law, it's going to be difficult in some cases to figure out how to apply for these things. How do you apply for EIDL? How do you do PPP? How do you do Lifeline grant? How do you do hazard pay? It's going to be difficult. I'm going to absolutely have a separate show that'll go through every one of these items to explain to you how you do the application, how you get approved. You didn't get approved, these are shortfalls. What happened to the application? Why is the application on standby? I'll be tracking each of these package items with you one at a time, so that you'll tune into me every day. You applied for, let's say, hazard pay, and you followed my advice how to fill out the application. But then something happened. Then we'll be dealing with the issue of what happened. Sort of like how we're dealing with the issue of the $600 stimulus check with the online tax preparers. We will be tracking these issues. I'm here to get you the money. I'm not here to report news. I'm here to help you get the money. And my help is not fulfilled until you actually get the money. And the getting the money is not going to just happen in February. This third stimulus package will be paying you money over 6 months. And there will be more stimulus packages. So I'm not going anywhere. So subscribe, because I'm actually back in a few minutes with Being a Mitch. I don't think Being a Mitch may be around any longer, though, because who cares about Mitch McConnell? He's no longer majority leader. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the alert button so you get alert when I'm next live. Meantime, like this video. Stay informed, stay focused, stay positive. It's a day to, there's a lot of negativity out there today, but I really appreciate your positivity, and it's reflected in my smile. And stay with LA for more.